Just before the famous blizzard of '78, this particular facility was down in Chatham on North Beach and was almost ready to succumb to the sea. It was very, very close to the edge. A group came together and decided to preserve it, and it was floated up on a barge, actually to Provincetown, and that's actually where it rode out the blizzard of '78, and then later was moved to this site. So over the last number of years, the National Park Service worked on the exterior and on the fabric, and as you'll hear, learn, and actually see, the Friends of Cape Cod National Seashore were able to secure funds to help actually come up with the furnishings inside, which we're very excited about.
I think all of us feel an incredible connection with this place that we live in. But that connection is really made, the human connection to the environment, is really made through the history. And the history is embodied in a lot of the structures and buildings. So it is so important, and we owe a huge debt of thanks to the Friends of the National Seashore.
One of the things that really impressed me when I started working here, I certainly knew about the life-saving station. I had seen the life-saving drills before, but it wasn't until I moved to the Cape that I learned about the immense pride and heritage of the families whose relatives had actually served in the life-saving service here in Cape Cod. It really is a source of pride, and you hear it as people talk about their great-grandfathers and the grandmothers who took care of them all, and coming out here and watching the drills, and certainly the heritage and heroism that they all experienced. So that was something that I really learned. So every time now that I come up to this facility, or when I think about it, I put it through that particular lens.
I'll never forget the first time I read Henry Beston's The Outermost House. And that really, along with much that he chronicles about the wildness of this area and the natural beauty and the importance of the dune shacks to the rich history of arts and culture in this area, he also focuses on the Coast Guardsmen and on these life-saving stations and how important they were long before wireless service, long before GPS. You know, we all know now by looking at our telephones exactly where we are within a couple of 100 feet.
Thank you to the Cape Cod National Seashore for really taking to heart the preservation work for the forebears of my service, the U.S. Life Saving Service and others. I think it's just remarkable that this particular station is standing here today. You know the story of how it moved, but the fact that it looks as good as it does today is just remarkable. And then taking it to the next step, and a thank you for the Friends of the Cape Cod National Seashore, equipping the interior of that building with all of the artifacts, restoring it to its original condition is just remarkable. You have to go out, but really it's so that others may live to see their hearth and their homes again. This is our chosen profession. This is our way. This is what we do. That's the same for Joshua James at the station hall, the same for the crew members who manned this station. And it's true for the crew members of the Coast Guard today.